I'm Todd Grisham, and not a bad day for a fight. We are live at the Empire Fight Camp. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Antonio Tarver. Of course, you remember him for what he did to Roy Jones Jr. He is the former multi-time light heavyweight champion of the world. Alexander Usyk, an open air, and that's the opening bell, round one. Good counter punching. One punch could change everything in this battle. Good counter punch. Nice counter shot. Caught him. He threw a punch and just got countered. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Well, I hope you brought your sunglasses because we're fighting outside, and what a main event this should be.
In such heat, the cornermen need to be able to do their job. Think about what they're doing. One to cool you down, one to ice you back, one to give you instructions in your head, and one to just calm you to tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Because that's the most important thing. Forget about the heat. Forget about everything else.
Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Punch caught him clean. How about that time counter shot? It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Nice counter. Nice punch. Beautiful counter shot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Come on.
And there's the bell for round two. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
He misses with that straight left. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twist you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
You'd like to see more jabs. Those counter punches have to hurt. They better start respecting each other's punching power. They have no respect for each other's punching power. They exchange punches. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Tarver in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't.
Let's go out there and let's reset.
On to the third. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Punch, counter punch. Catch and shoot. And he scores with the counter. There's a counter shot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Misses with the straight left. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
A perfect counter shot. A perfect counter lands. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Beautiful counter punch. That counter shot lands. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. As bad as boxing judging,
I need you to focus on what you're doing.
back at it in round 4. Coming off that fantastic last round. Let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Which fighter will say no mas? Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter's having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Nice counter shot. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. So he's going to drop his arms down here. Not sure that's the wisest decision. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Tarver in that last round.
What are you
That
doing?
bell could not have...
Starting to make mistakes. You're switching up.
On to the 5th we go. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Well done with that counter shot. Counter punch. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Both men step back for just a moment. Good counter punch. And he scores with the counter. They've got to use their jab better in this fight. That counter punch caught him clean. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Those counter punches have to hurt. And he did catch him. He caught him clean. Clean as a whistle. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to get on to the sixth round. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
And he scores with the counter. Nope, that hook won't score. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. That counter shot lands. This fight has a real good flow to it. When are we going to see a jab from these two? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. Well, this is the time that Here comes round 7. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Tried to score with the uppercut. The perfect counter lands. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
His stamina is off the charts. Through the straight left, but it won't score. I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
That's lights out right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you okay?
It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. They get 1 minute between rounds. This fight... And they're back at it again here in round 8. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Beautiful counter shot. And down goes Alexander Usyk. As we watch it again one more time, appreciate the perfection of that knockout shot.
A shot from the gods took him out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to me.
They're on their feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Halfway through the round, and I think he knows he's got a lot of work to do.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen, now it's down to them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Now you've got 2 fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you...
Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
Where did that come from? What a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me your ball.
I can't believe it. They are giving up. And that will do it. This fight is over. They have given...